The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the same as this network, their groups, or other organizations they may be involved with.
It's Thursday night, the vibe's just right. With Master Roachee Momma Roachee, brightest light. Turn up the volume, let your troubles slide. On the NOK Network, we take you for a ride. Great music fills your soul and mind. Every week a new surprise you will find. Peace and love in every beat so sweet. Join the journey, feel the rhythm in your feet. Namaste to the night, let's groove so high. With the Roachee crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes, a place to go. Yes, to bring the fire, stories to inspire. With hearts wide open, we take it higher. Spreading joy and laughter, every single show. On the NOK Network, come and feel the glow. In the studio, the magic unfolds. Every Thursday night the story's told. With love and harmony the stage is set. Master Roachee Momma Roachee, you can't forget. Namaste to the night, let's groove so high. With the Roachee crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes, a place to go.
Namaste, salutations, and greetings. You made it through almost another week. It's Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock. That makes it Thursday Night Vibes. Welcome, everybody. Harry, nobody, hello, hello, and welcome. Good to see you this evening. You know what's closing in on us?
I do. Do you?
I do. The walls.
The
walls are closing in. Now, 420, the Stoner Holiday. David Klein, howdy, howdy. Hello, how are you?
So, you know, the funny thing about that is, that's my brother's wedding anniversary.
Oh, I know that's your brother's wedding anniversary. He made it that way so he would not forget the anniversary. So I guess we'll let you kind of finish up what you're doing to get.
I'm almost there.
All right. All right. Well, you know what? 420. Now, I have heard a lot of different theories and Billy Joe, lead man, hello, about how 420 came about. Now, I've heard that it was a LA County code for marijuana, for cannabis. I've heard that, you know, it originated for an after-school deal, meet me at 420. I've heard a couple other things, but I am leaning more towards the police code. That's one of the ones that I heard, and it makes
Kathleen
more sense.
Hall.
Hello, Kathleen Hall. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Tell me, what do you think? Do you have a different story of where this originated from, and where do you think it came from? Like I said, I'm leaning more heavily on the police code because honestly, 420 coming from the high school crowd, I think it came from people that trickled down into the high school.
I thought it had to do with the number of cannabinoids.
No, this is long before they even knew other cannabinoids existed.
I mean, maybe. The cool thing about 420
Yes.
is
It's the green holiday.
the green holiday, but
Hello, Mike Henson.
it falls on Easter this year.
Yeah. What do you think of Easter and 420 coinciding? This is something different.
Yeah.
So
Oh, dang it.
man, yeah, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I mean,
Right.
I think people are becoming more educated and more tolerant of it, but I would highly suggest not to actually do any protests on actual 420 this year.
Actually, they're doing the same one they do every year in Crawfordsville
on Easter Sunday.
On Easter Sunday.
I personally think that's a bad look.
I think it is too. I think it should be done on Saturday.
I think Saturday is a good time. It's how often has 420 been on Easter? And
I don't know. We could look it up.
You know, this is a rare occurrence.
It is.
Yeah, because of Easter moves each year. So yeah, I don't know when this will happen again, honestly,
Right.
because everything's movable as far as Easter. So that's an interesting.
But
question.
I could look it up if you give me a minute.
But I think that I just think that protests on Easter, I just think that's bad optics.
It is. I agree with that.
You know, you're gonna get press. You're not gonna
Google it. How often has Easter fallen on 420? Right.
Right.
How often?
Oh, she's Googling it.
I'm Googling it.
Instead of using her brain and math.
That would be the hardest thing to figure out.
No. After you get all of the facts, it's actually, it wouldn't be too terrible.
Only a few times. It's more likely to fall on other dates. For example, in 2014, both Western and Orthodox Easter fell on the same date, which happened to be April 20th.
Southern Oregon.
So April 19th is the most frequent day for Easter to fall on.
419, not 420.
Not 420. April 19th is the most frequent date.
All right. So,
sorry about the crinkly noise, guys.
Yeah, why don't we put her outside with that?
Oh, I just take it away. I think you got it open. You can see there's nothing.
Yeah, the dog wants to disrupt.
She wants treats, everything. And I didn't get her any, so she's tearing apart the empty treat bag. So, anyways, we were supposed to be in Missouri for 420, but I don't see that happening.
You got a black cat.
Thank you, Kathleen. She says you look great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, I kind of wanted to talk about something 420 associated.
I know.
So, 420 is our party time. Well, Indiana is still an illegal state, and as of Monday, it remains an illegal state because the bill that we were fighting for, which wasn't actually a bill, it was an amendment to the budget to legalize cannabis for fiscal year 2026, was shot down and removed from the bill. So
it passed the House.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Shot down in the Senate.
In the Senate, voted down in the Senate. So it looks like we're gonna be waiting again for a while to see. But we're seeing movement. This is the first bill that actually has gotten to the House floor.
Yeah.
So we are seeing movement.
And Mike Braun had put out a statement stating that he doesn't see why Indiana shouldn't legalize. That is the direction the whole country is going in for not only for recreational use, but for research and cannabis medicine as well.
Sean, actually, the Republicans were the ones that have been sponsoring the bills in Indiana.
Well, this was a Democrat-sponsored one
Okay.
that failed. Republicans have been sponsoring some. They just get shot down because we're in the Bible Belt.
Well,
There's
no,
a stigma.
it has nothing to do with the Bible Belt. It has to do with
Big Pharma.
Eli Lilly and private prisons and the private prison guard unions. Those are the biggest people that are keeping Indiana from going legal. And there's a few people in key positions that are backed heavily by these entities. So it's almost impossible to run against them.
And that's that seems to be the biggest issue.
You know, that's the issue. And as long as they remain in power, legal. We have a governor that's willing to is open to medical marijuana. We have 80, almost 90%, if not 90% of the state that is wanting it to go at least medical. And we have just a few people that are making big bucks from a few donors that are killing everything.
Yep, absolutely. So, I mean, so what can you do this 420? Well, 419, because we just talked about that. Shouldn't do it on 420 because that's Easter. But so what can you do? There are rallies all over the state of Indiana for cannabis legalization at all kinds of state houses because it is the cannabis holiday. One in particular that we're quite fond of, which is Master Roachee's hometown, is in Crawfordsville, Indiana. And I do believe he's doing that again this year. And he does it every year. And so Jeff Sonny Goins, I guess I probably should have tagged him in the comments.
Oh, you probably should have.
I probably should have. But Sonny Goins, Jeff Goins, is holding the I think he's doing it on 419. I'm not sure exactly, but you can contact him and find out how you can go to Crawfordsville and protest outside the courthouse.
Yeah. Mary Janelle said that voted for medicinal last two elections. Governor just vetoed it today. Yeah, you see, that's the other part. If you have the legislation that passes it, you have the governors that are vetoing it. Sir Rat Bastard, how are you this evening? You know.
So yeah, if you're in an illegal state, find a way to go out and celebrate or go out and protest. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? We are here for the love of the plant, and cannabis is a huge part of our lives.
I do like law enforcement. So maybe, what do you think about this? Get like 3 sticks of sage and like an ounce and go down to the police station, right? And tell them that you want to spread the good vibes with them.
That wouldn't work here.
I was thinking about doing it here.
You're crazy.
And you know, maybe the sage will take away some of the anger.
Some of the anger and the hate.
Yeah.
As they're handcuffing you and putting you in jail.
Well, hopefully we can smoke with that one before they decide to do that. You know, just try it. Hear me out. You know, we can all get along here. So you don't think taking weed to the police station and
say,
want to kick back and get high and talk?
No, I think we have had some a bad run of luck. Actually, we've had a pretty good run of luck with the tornado and everything. Where we're still here.
I would say we've been fortunate in the ways that we need to be fortunate.
I agree, but with our other ways, I think if you took an ounce of weed to the police station, you'd end up in jail, and I would not have the money to bail you out. So. I'm reading, Mary's in Nebraska.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, I mean, our governor, and we're in a very, very prohibition state.
And Kathleen said that her friend just moved from Indiana because of the exact reasons.
Yeah, but our governor has finally said it is time, for Indiana to explore the possibilities to go medical. He sees the writing on the wall. He understands.
Well, yeah, and here's
I'm surprised.
The one that I've noticed, and I mean, and I hate to say this because it's a bad look, But any of our lawmakers or legislators, any of them that has a family member or friend or has somebody close to them with cancer, that's usually when they change their mind because they see the benefits of cannabis. So that's the one thing that I've noticed is unless they can see the benefits and see how it's helping these patients, and they are patients, see how it's helping all these patients, then they have no clue what it does. And most of them still say, like the other ones here in the state of Indiana that say, oh, it's a gateway drug. Or, so I mean, until they know someone on a firsthand basis or have met someone that's utilized it personally.
Well, I think also part of it's the messengers.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because honestly, if I look like I used to look when I went to work, suit, tie,
right,
and was going out and talking to people about the benefits of cannabis, I could probably get more people to listen to me looking like that than I get to listen to me looking like this.
This is you.
Well, this is me, but I'm saying that some people just, as soon as they see somebody like me talking about cannabis and the benefits of cannabis, they go, of course, stoner. Look at them. We can't believe any of that. So, the delivery is important.
It is, and I agree with that. And but I also, like I said, I also think that until someone in their family or someone close to them needs it, I don't think they ever get the full.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The full brunt of what it actually does for people.
Now I got a junior up here.
I got a Lily in there crying now.
Well, I had a Nero. Nero got down and Junior got up.
So anyways, I think it's time for a song. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want a song.
Oh, okay. Well, then, if you don't want a song.
Well, I think I want some Mendo first.
Mendo.
I think I'm wanting some Mendo.
Oh.
I think everybody digs Mendo.
You guys want to hear some Mendo dope? I want to hear some Mendo dope.
Yeah, Billy Joe. Legal in Ohio medical and recreational and growing. All right.
So the other thing is, we'll talk about it when we get back from our Mendo break. Are we having a Mendo break?
We're getting ready to have a Mendo break, I do believe.
So the other thing I kind of wanted to talk about was how a lot of these states are coming back and altering their laws.
Yes, and not in a good way.
And not in a good way, in a negative way for small business, small cannabis, legacy license holders and stuff like that.
Oh, also got to give a huge shout out to our engineer producer tonight, Sir Steve-O, at making the show look good.
He always does.
What do you think? We should go to a musical break, Sir Steve-O? How about a little Mendo? Get us all set up on that. Hello, Kim Cooper. Good evening. Good evening. Here we go.
Wake 'em up, tracks. On the ganja go, feeling like the greatest of all time. Get you high with this dope rhyme, teaching cultivation worldwide. On the ganja go, I'ma get you high with this dope rhyme. On the ganja go, feeling like the greatest of all time. Get you high with this dope rhyme, teaching cultivation worldwide. On the ganja go, I'ma get you high with this dope rhyme. I've been growing for over a decade. Built brands, helped y'all get paid. Full term, sun grown, high grade. Mendo, the hills I was raised. Did it all on our own, self-made. Glass shards, the emerald tri-flame. I'm the ganja goat, I microscope the dope, and yo nose is the only thing that grows, y'all. Just like Pinocchio's, you never had toast stacked on top of toast. The only time you ever seen a field of dreams is when you sipped the lean and fell asleep. You had the green but woke up in the seats. I'ma teach these cats how to grow some weed. I don't use no chemicals, got CBD instead of pills. Get THCA straight from Guild. No, I won't change, I keep it real. Let's crack the seal on this. Jar smells like an orange peel in this. Roll it, light it, now we feeling this. Crystal shining, now we healing this. Pain that I had is gone. Say what I had in the bag was wrong. Then I grew up and I found out what I had in my backpack and the bag was bomb. Tell him move on if he ain't down. Dank what I'm passing round. Born in a ganja town, every year I plant new seeds in the ground on a ganja go. Feeling like the greatest of all time. Get you high with this dope rhyme. Teaching cultivation worldwide. On a ganja go. I'ma get you high with this dope rhyme. On a ganja go. Feeling like the greatest of all time. Get you high with this dope rhyme. Teaching cultivation worldwide. On the ganja go. Oldie, I'ma get you back high with this dope rhyme. Yo, I'ma gas on this. Write my rap with hash on this. Fingerprints of resin, I'm representing ganja farmer back on this. Been growing that dank and I'm pushing that top rank straight from the outlaw scene. I'ma break this down like enzymes in the soil from the alfalfa seeds. SSTs, brew with these, grew the trees, who taught ya? Sticky smelling like lemon squeezed on all this good green ganja. If it ain't perpy, don't want ya. I got too much varieties to choose, all green shock ya. I'm one of the best to ever do it. Got laced by the ones who led the movement. Set trends on the world the way we grew it. Ask P did it, just how we do it. Some more of it when I roll this potent dope in it. Shakes your focus, hold it in and choke. Real we culture what I spoke and I teach this technique coast to coast. Let's toast. We don't brag, but we do got enough fresh weed in December to fill up Santa Claus bag. I'ma go bad if I ain't got no smoke. Shit, I'ma jump out in the field, start chewing on plants, don't trip on me, I'm the ganja go. Feeling like the greatest of all time. Get you high with this dope rhyme. Teaching cultivation worldwide. On the ganja go. I'ma get you high with this dope rhyme. On the ganja go. Feeling like the greatest of all time. Get you high with this dope rhyme. Teaching cultivation worldwide. On the ganja go. I'ma get you high with this dope rhyme.
State of Gold Music.
And we're back. And if you didn't know that, that was Mindo Dope with Ganja Goat. So, Rat Bastard, absolutely safety meetings are essential. Essential. And I guess Mary's been through about every small town in Indiana, smells like meth in the air.
No, that's not Indiana.
Well, small towns across the country.
Small towns across the country.
Absolutely. Good evening, Kim Cooper. Good evening.
So I noticed that a lot of the states, and it's a lot of them, are going through and changing cannabis laws for business, for small.
Well, a lot of them are changing the plant count for home growing.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is one of the biggest things that I want to see is just
leave us alone.
Just leave me the hell alone. Let me grow a few plants and be happy and leave me the hell alone. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to go to the dispensaries. I just want to grow enough for myself and to share.
Right. Absolutely.
You know?
And you know, I try to keep up on a lot of these things that are going on, and you know, Patients for Safe Access in Oklahoma. That's an amazing group if you're in the Oklahoma area, and I know they just changed a bunch of laws there, so they're fighting back.
I'll tell you what, this is probably one of the coolest things I've ever picked up.
And that, yeah.
And this is a pocket guide that they put out.
That Summer Parker sent us, yeah.
And this is absolutely amazing. It has your cannabinoids there, and then it has a whole list of terpenes here also. I mean, it is filled with
Great
just
information.
great information. You can stick this in a pocket or a purse or whatever. But the Amazing Flower Pocket Guide. So if you are ever around,
If you ever talk to Summer Parker, tell her you need one.
but Patients for Safe Access Oklahoma, I tell you, this is a fantastic guide. If you get a chance, pick one up.
We need to have now on BTH radio, and I what she is doing amazing things in Oklahoma to keep patients safe.
Right on, right on. So but you just think, we've taken 2 or 3 huge steps forward in legalization, and now we're starting to take 1 or 2 little steps backwards, and it's unfortunate, but the battle's not over.
No,
And we are just in the whole new era of cannabis being legal. So it's gonna take a lot of work and probably some frustration.
well, and the other thing that I noticed is the FDA, or not the FDA, but they have put federal legalization or federal change. They have put it completely on hold, and they're not even going to look at it probably until next year. So that's another thing that got put on hold.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So they keep pausing because they need more information. But I mean, they've made their recommendations. They just won't let it go forward.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing because we need to see some sort of movement.
I honestly, I think that there's some powers out there, powers that be,
Oh, look what I mean.
that are really waiting to see if there is a road to scheduling. I think that there's some people that are really inside pushing. What do you got there? Oh, you got a terp stick, a cherry pie
terp stick. You can get yours from Steve O at thegrowfam.com and use code certified10 to get 10% off.
I tell you what, these things are fantastic. I owe Steve-O a picture.
Yes, you do.
Do you?
I already sent him my picture.
I owe Steve-O a picture, and I will probably take this right after the show tonight, or I will forget again.
And this show is brought to you by MasterRoachee'sGarden.com. www.MasterRoachee'sGarden.com for all your hemp-derived needs. You can get your CBD oils there. You can get your beard oil there. You can get your muscle rub. You can get your simple syrup. And I think that's all we have in stock right now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, vape carts.
I'm sorry, Rat Bastard. We were garbled. This is the Amazing Flower Pocket Guide. The Amazing Flower.
There you go.
Pocket,
no, the other way. Toward me. There you go.
And it's from Safe Access Oklahoma.
Patients for Safe Access Oklahoma.
Patients for Safe Access Oklahoma.
From Summer Parker, and they're amazing.
And they are really doing some fantastic work. In fact, I think they're going to be setting the standards for what we should all be.
Absolutely, because they're not just testing. They're not just testing to make sure things are according to the Farm Bill. Patients for Safe Access is taking the wraps and everything that you smoke your cannabis in, and they're testing for pesticides. They're testing for heavy metals, making sure that their patients are smoking clean medicine.
Right. So, if you are using wraps or blunts, they were also testing some other.
They've been testing all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Drinks, like the infused drinks that you can pick up in the dispensaries, they were testing those as well. And if you go join Patients for Safe Access Oklahoma, Summer Parker has posted everything that she's tested with all the results, and you can see for yourself what you're consuming and what you're putting in your body. And like I said, right now she's doing rounds of testing the blunt wraps and papers and those kind of things that you use, and testing them for heavy metals and pesticides to make sure that those items are clean as well.
And we got to be conscious about what we're putting in our bodies.
Absolutely.
And I think we're going to be finding out more and more crap that we've been consuming. Macy Buds, good evening. Thank you for
Hi,
joining
Macy.
us.
Hi, Chuck.
It's been a while.
Chuck Griffin's in the audience, too.
Well, hi, Chuck.
It's been a while since we've seen Chuck, too.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I can't wait. I can't wait to get this van on the road this summer.
I know he's been out there working on his Roachee, his Roachee liner, as he calls it.
I think I'm gonna name. I've got a name for the van.
What is it?
Ripple.
Yeah, he decided.
Oh,
he asked me.
That was a black cat moving the camera.
He asked me if I could make him vinyl lettering to go across the front of the van that says Ripple.
Ripple. Ripple. You say, why Ripple? Why not? That's what I say. Why not Ripple? Because Ripple is my favorite Dead song. And it just has always made a lot of sense to me. I love the song, and I think that the band kind of has that vibe.
It does have that vibe. It's got a great vibe.
Just kind of a Ripple. Well, I think it is that time.
Time for a break?
It is time for that dreaded thing that you look forward to.
What's the break?
The intermission. So you have 4 minutes, 20 seconds, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get whatever you need to do, get done, and be back here for more fun.
Is this fun?
Some say it is.
Some say we make it fun when we come back.
All right.
All right.
Sanford Son, when you hear Ripple, absolutely, Elizabeth. It's the big one. I'm coming.
It's funny.
I'm coming.
He was doing that earlier today, and I'll tell you about it when we come back.
Right on, Chuck. So let's jump to break. We'll see you back here in 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimated Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab,
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying off the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyndonega. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndonega. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine, and she is spreading that education across the North. Activism, referrals, resources, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no, sir, to propaganda with No Sir. Find them at www.nocer.ca.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at NOKNetwork.com.
Dudes and dudettes, enjoy the show, man.
Oh, thank God for that horn.
The horn does it, huh?
The horn does.
The horn does it every time.
I need that. You were going to tell them. You were going to just.
What was I going to do?
Oh, you don't remember, do you?
No.
All right, I'll tell them. I was. It wasn't the Professor of Rock. It was a different show.
They were doing theme songs from old TV shows. Best theme songs of all time.
No,
of the 70s.
Of the 70s, and yeah, Chuck was talking about
Sanford and
Son. And honestly, when I hear Ripple,
I love that show.
Ripple a lot, I do think of Fred Sanford and his bottle of Ripple.
Right, and he was walking through the living room, clutching his chest, acting like Fred Sanford earlier. It's
Elizabeth, I'm coming, darling. I'm coming. This time.
That was probably one of the best sitcoms back in the day. That, and I don't know, there's a few of them.
Yeah. But it really took me back to some of the different shows, and I did not know this, but it makes sense. The theme song was so popular that they renamed a show because of the theme song, and that was Welcome Back, Kotta. The original show was supposed to be just Kotta, and the theme song was so popular they added that in as part of the title.
Yep.
So kind of
Welcome
cool.
Back, yeah.
Yeah. But I love going back and looking at some of the old TV shows and old commercials.
Being nostalgic.
Yeah, it's just a different time. I watched another one of like 20 toys that are, would never be allowed today. And,
we talked about that on our fun show last week. Before with parts.
Well, not only that, we were, talking chemistry sets, easy
clackers.
Easy bake ovens.
They still make easy bake ovens.
The critters that you used to put the goo into, and it heat up to like 400 degrees.
And you have to pour it in. Oh yeah.
I mean, just all kinds of crazy.
Well, and they weren't very safe back then.
Oh no, safety was not really a concern.
It's kind of funny because I was like, similar thing. I was watching this thing and they were showing old car seats back in the day. Old car seats back in the day were a metal seat with a tray that you seat belted your kid in with the regular seat belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were no car seats.
Oh God, no. No, I remember riding in the back window of the car.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, we took a family vacation, 9 of us in a station wagon, and nowadays I think that's against the law.
we had 7 of us in a station wagon. That
We went cross country.
that was a trip out east. That was 7 people in a station wagon. Yeah, that's
We
close
had 9
quarters.
in a station wagon, 5 kids, or 9 or 8. 8, like 1, 2. I have to count. 5 kids, 3 adults, so 8. 8 people in a station wagon traveling from Indiana all the way across the country. We stopped at every major landmark and all the way to the Petrified Forest and back. 3 weeks in a station wagon.
Scary forest?
3 weeks in a station wagon. And my uncle had just bought it. And when we got back, there was melted crayons in the back windows. There's food everywhere.
Guess he thought he'd probably be selling it.
Vacations like that used to be fun. Speaking of vacations, what are your 420 plans? Are you traveling to go to a 420 event? There's lots of them around.
Other thing about traveling in the van, no cup holders.
No, there aren't.
No cup holders in this van. So yeah, we're gonna have to get like
Hi, DC Sweets.
Get one of those console things that sit there where there's the 2 cup.
And no, Lily's gonna have to figure out where she's gonna ride. Have a car seat.
Well, I can open that closet.
Stop.
The bathroom.
So
I could think of several places that she could be.
Stop.
She could be riding.
So
yes.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I completely lost my train. Went off the tracks. Choo choo gone.
You know what? You were kind of complaining about my playing.
Your what?
My guitar playing last show.
I wasn't really complaining about.
You were saying that I needed to get away from the sheet music.
I said you're trying to get away from the sheet music and it's hard.
What if I figured out a way that I will only have 1 notebook?
I mean, that's no different from.
Yes, it is. yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because it's all it is just a lead sheet.
Well, and that's okay.
Just with the.
Now, how did the girls? So I don't know how many musicians are out there. How did the girls learn to play tabs? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, tab is what I taught them.
No, that they learned when they were teaching themselves on the.
Well, I taught them tab first,
and then they taught themselves on
then they
online. So why don't have you tried any of that?
Oh, I know how to read all that.
Well, then why don't you try that for your strum stuff you learn?
Because it's nothing that I want to learn.
Isn't he awful?
There's just some stuff I'm not interested in learning, and
so I think it's Easter weekend. I think that it's 420 weekend. This is like a weekend of celebrations. So I think.
So I'm just wondering what kind of shape the bunny's going to be in.
Oh,
because bunnies dig grass.
Oh, God. Right.
So, with everything that's going to be going on this weekend, Bunny might get confused, and we might have all kinds of weird ass Easter eggs and stuff. We're going psychedelic this year, baby.
So I got a question. When you were a kid, what was your favorite, and you guys too, what was your favorite part of Easter? Was it getting up and getting your Easter basket? Was it coloring Easter eggs? Was it, going to church? I mean, for those of you Hugo, for those of you that don't, was it going to Easter egg hunts at the park? What was your favorite part of Easter?
Oh, probably the candy, the Easter basket.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because I think I honestly don't think that was my favorite part.
Of course not.
I think my favorite part was coloring Easter eggs.
Maybe.
And there are so many new and creative ways out
I
there.
was always, because you heated up the water, you dropped the tabs.
No.
That's the kind of Easter egg coloring that we had. They were kind of pastel. I dug that, but I was always disappointed because it's like they never came out like I imagined they should look like.
So have you seen
the colors were not bright?
Have you seen how they are doing them nowadays with all the natural stuff, like with onion peels?
Onion peels?
Yeah, the skin of the onion. They take all different colors, red and orange, and they crumble those up and wrap the egg in like a pantyhose with those skins from the Easter egg.
I know that pantyhose used to come in eggs.
No. Wrong kind of egg. But anyways,
there's all these called legs.
There's all these natural ways. See, eggs was probably my favorite part too. But now we're trying to get away from all the chemical stuff, all the food dyes, all the, everything that's so hard on us, and trying to go back to like the natural ways of doing things.
No, wait a minute. I got a question for you.
Huh?
I think I came up with a new way of coloring eggs.
What's that?
Okay. You color the chickens. Right? You color the chickens, and you like tie-dye chickens. And then they'll have tie-dye eggs, right?
Yeah, no. But there's like so many ways of naturally coloring eggs. Onion peel one. And then the purple cabbage. Have you seen that? They dye Easter eggs with purple cabbage. They dye them blue.
Do you think it's possible to tie-dye a chicken?
I think I've seen videos of tie-dye chickens, so I wouldn't say it's impossible, because I'll tell you what, this generation here, I don't put anything past them. I've seen some crazy painted dogs and some crazy painted birds, and
maybe we'll have to do a scavenger hunt someday and put a tie-dye chicken
in a scavenger hunt.
In a scavenger hunt.
Take a picture of a tie-dye chicken.
Take a picture of a tie-dye chicken.
I don't know.
You with a tie-dye chicken.
You with the tie-dye chicken.
You with the tie-dye chicken. And we'll know if you're using AI.
We'll know if you're using AI. That's terrible. Terrible. Oh my goodness. So I think my favorite part of Easter has always been the coloring of the eggs. And like I said, we did like the cool stuff. My mom would like break out the crayons and we would draw on them first, so that anything that you dyed didn't dye where you colored with the. We did like interesting stuff. We didn't just dunk the egg in the stuff.
That doesn't sound very interesting. I was from a traditional family.
Well, my family was very traditional too. We got up and we got our Easter baskets after church usually.
Oh, always
after church. And then, we got our Easter baskets. And then, of course, we had a great Easter dinner and deviled eggs and
of course, you can always tell the kids that had the Easter baskets before church.
Yeah.
You're on a sugar high. So yeah, no candy until after church.
As we got older, when we got into our teenage years, Mom started doing stuff like, well, instead of getting an Easter basket, you got teen magazines and, candy bars, or, she made it interesting as we got older. And I tried to do that for my girls, but then I kind of became as they got older, it was like, okay, they're getting a lint bunny with a $20 bill stuffed in the bow tie.
Right. Yeah, you can use beets also as coloring.
Yeah, beets. Like I said, purple cabbage. Onion skins was the one that I thought was very interesting, because they just took pantyhose and they took the onion skins and all different colors. So they had red onions, orange onions, white onions, and it actually made your eggs look tie-dye. They wrapped them they cut pantyhose, and then they tied the pantyhose up around to hold the skins against the egg, and then just added water and vinegar, and the onion peels actually stain the eggshells, which I thought was so neat and such an easy, natural way to dye your eggs. So there's a whole slew of ways to color eggs without actually using, like I said,
a whole slew.
Those nasty dyes that are horrible for us. That they're starting to ban across the country. I don't know if you've noticed that, which is amazing. I'm so happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Because we need to get back to au naturel.
Au naturel.
Au naturel.
Au naturel. Normally, I'm told I can't go all natural.
Oh, jeez.
I prefer it.
Yes, I know. So I think my other favorite part of Easter is just everybody dressed in their prettiest little outfits and seeing the little girls on Easter stuff. And you know that you don't see that as much anymore, like the Easter clothes. We all had Easter outfits, pretty Easter dresses. I mean, you still see it with the little kids, but once they get older, they don't do it anymore. And I think that was probably my favorite part of Easter, is just seeing everybody in their pretty pastels. It was always my favorite. So anyways, so whether you are a traditionalist or you're not, and you don't celebrate Easter, it's cool. We all have ways to celebrate. Like I said, 420 is on Easter this year. So
guess I'll be celebrating Easter this year.
The kids are grown and gone, so
Marcus, good evening.
Do a lot of the Easter stuff anymore.
Yeah, no, not as much. I'll tell you, the other thing is we always had big dinners, family dinners on Easter.
Yeah.
So usually we were also with relatives. So Easter was all kind of like a mini Thanksgiving almost.
Right.
For the families. We always had relatives and stuff hanging out.
So I think for this Easter, we're going to be doing yard work.
Yeah, I got a lot of it done, but a lot more cleaning up to do. Starting to get some soil turned over.
Yeah, and it is that time of year. Make sure you go check out all these great content creators out here that are doing their garden planting and all those kind of things. And
I'm not planting crap for at least a couple of weeks.
Probably 2 weeks. May 1st.
2 to 3 weeks. Generally, nothing before Mother's Day.
Before Mother's Day.
Yeah, because if you do, there's always a frost, and they just start coming up and looking nice, and then the frost kills everything. Hello, Derek. We love you too. What? Yes, please do.
What?
Please do. He says, I just dropped a new single. And
absolutely, Eric.
Yeah, please.
Please do. And we will play it on the show and promote you as best as we can.
Right on.
So spring planting season is upon us. Is upon us. So do some research into what you're planting and how you're planting. And I saw some cool things that I shared on my page, like the pizza garden was like a really cool. It was a 5-gallon bag, and you planted oregano, and you planted Roma tomatoes, and you planted, everything for a pizza in one pot. And so there's a lot of really neat, interesting planting tricks. And
yeah, I think we're going to try that this year.
I think so too. I think it's a good idea. We're going to have a tea garden over here. We're going to have a bucket garden over here, and maybe do some different stuff. So do some research. There's a lot of really cool, helpful hints out there.
Yeah, we're going to try some different things that we've seen, and we're going to show them to you and see if they actually do work.
If they come out like they're supposed to.
Yeah, if they come out with it like they're supposed to, because there's a lot of cool ideas, but
to see if we can implement them is the thing. And we'll bring you some of that stuff, and it's going to be something new that we're going to try this year.
Mr. Walbeck, love you. Hello.
Hi, Rod. How you doing, buddy?
Yes.
So yeah, you guys, and check out Sick Call with Doc.
Absolutely.
He has a great veteran-based show that's all about veterans telling their stories with cannabis. So make sure you check out Sick Call with Doc, and give our Lewis Welbeck a follow and like.
Yes, Doc is in the house. I'll tell you what, it is a fantastic program, and we're looking to tie a lot of this stuff all together. Again, I apologize to a lot of folks because I haven't quite been myself for the last couple of weeks.
Well, we've had a lot happen in the last couple of weeks.
I'm getting back to it, so I've really dropped the ball on some things that I will be catching back up. But yes, Sick Call with Doc. It's a YouTube.
Well, he airs it on Facebook and his group. But you guys make sure you do go out and like and follow and check out, because he does some amazing interviews with some amazing veterans that are doing great things.
Well, this is veterans helping veterans.
Yeah.
And that is one of the biggest things. Also, another ball that I've dropped has been the MMP veterans meetings. So yeah, I've got to get my shit back together and get on this stuff, because these are important things, and I will get better.
Well, and a lot of people are going through it right now. It's not just you. It is that lag between winter and summer, and people are still coming out of that winter funk or that winter depression, and it's hard sometimes. So, I have to say this is everybody give everybody a break. So no matter, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know what's going on in your head.
Do you want to know what's going on in my head?
No, not really. Not at all. So do think about those things when you're dealing with people in a public setting, in a private setting. So always be kind. Give people a little bit of leeway.
Well, I guess you just said goodnight.
I did. Almost.
All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight also, and then we're going to leave you with some Raj Wax.
Hey, Dizzy Dizzle.
But you know what? Keep those good vibes coming out. You can't do anything about what happens to you or the world around you. The only thing you can control is how you react to that. So, keep it in your back of your mind. Think before you speak. Think before you act. And life will be a little easier.
I think, can I add to that? Always do things with good intentions.
So, until tomorrow night with the Groove Train, Steve-O, Smashley, Momma Roachee, and Master Roachee. Join us at 9 o'clock Friday night, Groove Train. Always a lively discussion, always interesting topics. Come and check us out. Until then, and as always, peace, love, and good vibes all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Woo-hoo-hoo! It's Thursday night, the vibe's just right. With Master Roachee Momma Roachee, brightest light. Turn up the volume, let your troubles slide. On the NOK Network, we take you for a ride. Great music fills your soul and mind. Every week a new surprise you will find. Peace and love in every beat so sweet. Join the journey, feel the rhythm in your feet. Namaste to the night. Let's let's groove so high. With the Roachee crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes, a place to go. Yes, to bring the fire, stories to inspire. With hearts wide open, we take it higher. Spreading joy and laughter every single show. On the NOK Network, come and feel the glow. In the studio, the magic unfolds. Every Thursday night, the story's told. With love and harmony, the stage is set. Master Roachee Momma Roachee, you can't forget. Namaste to the night, let's groove so high. With the Roachee crew, we'll touch the sky.